Hi, folks. This is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report. I want to start this week and talk about Black Lake because it is one of our premier bodies of water. There's a lot of access points. There really is compared to a lot of waters. So anybody can fish it, whether you have a kayak, a big boat, whatever. But let's talk about what the fishing's like right now. I was talking to my buddy Jigger Jim. He was out this morning fishing with his son Seth, and they were fishing for largemouth bass. But I said, so tell me how the crappie fishing has been. And he said, well, it's getting better and better right now. There's guys that even say they're catching their limit. Now, the limit of crappies is 25 a day. And remember, they have to be 10 inches or bigger. Now, that takes a lot because most crappies are going to be smaller than that. The fish have moved into Fish Creek, and that's where people are going up the creek, and it's only like the deepest part's going to be 4 or 5 feet, so the fish are going to be shallow there. And then they're making their way up into the Indian River, and there is a section that is 40 feet deep there, and even in that 40 feet section, they're catching fish. I said to Jim, people that are going to go crappie fishing, they don't go often, they don't know what to use. Is live bait the best? And he said, well, obviously you can catch a lot of crappies with live bait, with minnows. However, a lot of people use the Charlie Brewer type of crappie bait, soft plastic baits. They come in different styles, like a little tiny tube, or they have different tails that come on some of these baits, and they come in a multitude of colors. And there's for every color there's somebody that's their favorite color. Now, we've talked a lot about the smallmouth bass fishing in Black Lake, and I said, Jim, you told me that those fish were really coming on lately. And he says, well, we've still got a couple weeks before that really becomes the hot fishing in the lake. But remember, one of the things about Black Lake is that there's virtually every species of freshwater fish that we have in the area is in that lake. From sturgeon to catfish to gar to all kinds of panfish to largemouth and smallmouth bass, walleyes, northern pike, muskies. There's muskies in there as well. So, it's probably pretty hard to go out there and not catch something. Even if you go out for sport fish and you have to go and settle for panfish, you still can have a great day. Now, Jim said that right now, spinner baits are becoming more and more effective for the largemouth that they're fishing for. And he would know. He works in the log cabin. He's talking to fishermen every hour of the day, it seems like. One other point he made that I want to stress, and I think this is really interesting. He says they will be fishing, and the bass fishing will keep getting better and better until November, and then they stop. He says once, and by they, he and his son, not the bass. But he says once the bass stop jumping out of the water when you hook them, we stop, because we figure if they can't jump anymore, the water's getting so cold, they're stressed, and we don't want to stress them. It's something to think about. I've never really thought of cold water affecting fish like that, but it very well might be. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report.